freezing and covered with snow. Two officers wasted little time jumping into freezing water to save a 10-year-old boy. That child is alive tonight because of their heroic actions.
News 4's Alexis Zotos is live tonight from the Ferguson Park where that boy was saved. And Alexis, naturally, there are questions about how the boy got into that pool.
Steve, and that's understandable, especially when you take a look behind me and you see this fence that surrounds this entire swimming pool area. It's about 6 feet tall, but that didn't stop a couple of kids from getting into the pool area. That 10-year-old falling into the water. This fence also didn't stop an officer from jumping over it and getting right in that water to rescue the boy. On this frigid day, snow covers the swimming pool area of January-Wabash Park, but you can make out little footprints on the diving board.
He went up on top of the diving board and he was walking across. You could see his footprints and he just lost his footing and fell right off into there, you know.
A 10-year-old boy fell into the icy 7-foot deep water just before 2 o'clock. Thankfully, someone called 911.
The gate was locked, and so one officer was able to scale over the fence and get inside the pool area. That officer immediately got into the water to begin trying to help the child.
Ferguson officer Jamez Knighton dove into the water. Soon behind him was Calverton Park officer Chris Robertson, who used bolt cutters to open the locked gate and then also went into the ice-covered water.
We actually teach our officers don't become a victim, and yet he's got that type of heart where he would go ahead and respond and just jump right in there. They do say he did save the other officer's life along with the life of the child.
While many fire departments prepare for icy rescues, it's not part of the usual training for police officers.
Not a lot of training goes into that, so a lot of this was just the will of the officers.
Investigators are working to find out how the children were able to get into the locked pool area. They believe the 10-year-old was in the water for up to 20 minutes.
You know, they worked so drastically, you know, and they had quite a few people, you know, working on them. So eventually, you know, the little brother, I believe, was sitting on the side, you know, and he was very distraught, you know, because his little brother was trying to revive him.
You take a look at that water and it's just incredible tonight that both of those officers have been released from the hospital after being treated for hypothermia. That 10-year-old boy, though, still being treated at an area hospital tonight. We are told by police that he was at the park with family members. That's all investigators know right now. The city says they're going to be doing a full investigation and review of the security and safety of this pool area. Reporting live in Ferguson, Alexis Zotos, News 4.
All right, Alexis, and just to give you an idea of how quickly these officers had to act, your body loses heat 25 times faster in cold water than in cold air. It takes less than 15 minutes for hypothermia to set in while you're in water that is colder than 32 degrees. And survival time in water that is colder than that can be between just 15 to 45 minutes.